It would be sweet to like bring people back to life with your hands.
Yeah, that wouldn't suck.
Yeah.
But then you're like at everybody's funeral, like you're just
you'd be very busy.
Do the thing.
Do the thing.
Do the thing. I know.
He owes me $20. Do the thing. Welcome, friends and fans, to another episode of GalaxyCon Live, where we are bringing the convention experience directly to you. And today we are going back to the Ghost River Triangle with 4 members of the cast and creative leadership of Wynonna Earp. So without further ado, let's grab our peacemakers and bring them out. Our first guest is a writer and producer whose body of work includes Lost Girl, Instant Star, and Killjoys. Today she joins us as the creator and showrunner of Wynonna Earp. Please welcome back Emily Andras.
Hi, thanks, Patty. Hi, everybody. Hi, Earpers.
Hey, Emily, how have you been?
I'm good. We had our second last episode of the season last night, so I'm not as fresh as I've been in the past, but we're going to make it happen. Magic's going to happen today.
Second to last, and no spoilers, but I imagine there are things we can look forward to for the last one.
Yeah, the finale is a real love letter to the fans. I think that the cast is really wonderful in it. Some beautiful scenery and whatnot. May or may not have a wedding planned. We'll see. So,
and I bet there's some great writing too.
It's fine. A solid B-. So
I will be proud of you if you're going to be humble. But no, seriously, from your perspective, your guidance and the team you've assembled in the writing room and the production side of it are a real testament to the show and its success. And I know so many friends of mine, they just so really have enjoyed the show and the perspective that it's brought. And again, I'm a fan of Bo, so I'm a fan of his work, his kind of work, going all the way back to it. And I'm so glad to see his name up there with yours.
He deserves it. Thank you. And he's been so gracious about the different storytelling on the show versus the comic book. But thank you for saying that. It's been an honor. It's been a pleasure. Once in a lifetime, for sure. Both behind the scenes and on screen. Just what a crew. So it's made it easy for me. Yeah.
Indeed. And you still got that Creature from the Black Lagoon portrait behind you, don't you?
I do, of course. Classic. Remember where it came from.
I'm telling you, you send it to us.
Sure.
We'll get Riku Browning, the original Gill Man, will autograph that for you.
All right. Let's talk. Deal.
All right. Done. Well, in the meantime, let's bring out some of these amazing actors that you've had on this show. The next, she is an actress whose credits include Rain, Heartland, and of course, Anne of the Green Gables and its sequels. Today, she joins us to discuss the role of Mama Michelle Gibson. Please welcome Megan Follows.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm really good. I'm in Montreal, just coming to the end of another series that I've been working on. So I'm catching my breath too, to be honest, and trying to navigate this crazy world we're all living in with curfews and lockdowns. Very grateful to actually have been able to work, to have been deemed an essential service, our industry. That's pretty amazing. So I know a lot of people are really hurting and a lot of people don't have the stability in their work. So truly a tremendous amount of gratitude. I've been directing and acting on a show that's been employing a lot of people. So that is something that's pretty amazing. But even still, we're navigating this very stressful, strange time. So it's lovely to see Emily again and to see some people I haven't seen in a long time.
No, I feel like I haven't seen people.
I know.
Wow.
I know. Are
amazing.
you on set? Are you on set, Emily?
We're all done. So we wrapped in about September. But we were one of the first shows to come back in the summer, and it was fraught. It was crazy. So I was allowed on set sometimes, but it was a big rigmarole. Yeah, but I feel, God, everyone who's working right now is so lucky. We're very lucky. So
yeah, we are, and it's stressful too for people because we are, we're masked up. We come on. I mean, it's pretty funny. You come to set with a shield. You've got a plastic shield and you got a mask, and you're like literally trying to find yourself in the dark.
I know. It must just make directing so much harder too, Megan. Like honestly, just like all those like nonverbal cues and like just like everything takes a little longer, I think.
It is kind of funny because then you realize, like, did they actually not want to take your direction? Or did they not hear you?
Yeah. Are they smiling or sneering? Exactly.
And you're like,
I know.
What?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, Megan, thank you so much for joining us. Glad to see that you were on good health and good spirit, and glad to see that you, in our business, before things went sideways, just having a gig was a treasure. Now even doubly so. Even doubly so. But once again, thank you for joining us today. This is great. And speaking of things that are great, he is an actor whose work includes The Phantom, Unite 9, and the 70s crime gem Una Magnum Special per Tony Siata. Today he joins us to discuss the role of the snake himself, Bulshar. Please welcome Sean Marchand.
Hi, everyone.
Woo!
Hi, everyone. It's so great to see you. I mean, I wish I could hug you, take you in my arms, for real. But still, this is really wonderful. I'm very, very, very honored to be part of today's event.
The honor is ours, sir. Thank you so much for joining us here today.
Pleasure.
Absolutely. Glad to see everything is well in your corner of the world.
Yes, and as Megan was saying, I was also very lucky to be able to resume the shooting of a TV series, which had been interrupted a year ago. It was nice to have the green light, and then we were shooting in Quebec City in Chateau Frontenac, which is a rare honor, and we were staying there. And of course, we're walking with the shields and the mask and everything. And as Megan was saying, sometimes I'd have to ask the director, I'm sorry, did you say this? And he said the opposite. So I said, okay. and then, rehearsing with the mask and then taking it off. And then I had to tell people on the set, please come and remind me to put the mask on because I'm going a little crazy in some scenes. But everyone was really wonderful. So it's been a real pleasure to be able to work, and our situation in Montreal is extremely difficult at the time, and we're all sort of expecting bad news, like back to a sort of more or less total lockdown. And a play I was supposed to do was postponed to November 2022. But that's, as Megan was saying, some people's situation is much worse. We have to remember that we're very privileged to be able to work.
Well, today the privilege is ours to have you join us on the GalaxyCon virtual stage, but our roster is not yet complete. She is an actress whose roles include Damien, Ready or Not, and Bad Blood. Today she joins us to discuss the title role of Wynonna Earp herself. Please welcome Melanie Scrofano.
Hi. Why did everything go silent all of a sudden for me?
We were just awestruck by your beauty.
That's great.
Grace,
I have been
charm,
in the
your
room
wit.
hearing everything, and now I can't hear anything.
Oh,
You really can't hear anything?
I can't hear a thing.
Oh,
You guys
dear.
are great. Daddy, hello.
Do you want me to write you a
This
question?
is going really well.
All right.
Can you hear it now?
Check one.
Anything? Do
Hold on.
you want me
Refresh
to
your page,
text
refresh
you
your
the
page.
Yeah, refresh your
questions?
Okay.
Honestly, what an entrance.
I was gonna write my notes, log back out and log back in again. Sometimes that
Marlene
helps.
Dietrich. That was classic.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what.
I can text her. I can text her some questions if you want. It's fine. We'll figure it out. Yeah.
We'll work it. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's go ahead and throw my opener question out, and it's just real simple for each of you. Just what's been the best part about being a part of this amazing series? Who wants to go first?
Megan, do you want to go?
Yeah, anybody go first?
Well, I came into the world certainly later, and I was very thrilled to play such a kind of important person in the lives of the other characters, of the main characters. So to sort of be a presence that was, it felt like very big cowboy boots to fill. And all I can say is it was just an incredibly welcoming, gracious, fun, loving group of people. So it was playful and outrageous, obviously led by, the show. The strength of a show is really twofold. It's obviously the showrunner, the creator, because everything falls on Emily. She's obviously very gracious, and I'm sure it must be exhausting. Just the day-to-day management, orchestration of everything. And then then it falls, into your number one, who's on that call sheet, Melanie, and who's set an incredible tone on set, very inviting, playful, but a leader. People, that's very important on a set. It makes everybody else who's working really hard behind the scenes that you don't get to know necessarily all. And it's a collaborative effort at the end of the day to actually get it out, to get it to what you see. There are so many people behind who run around and help you get dressed and have lit every moment of it, obviously, from critical players of DPs and camera operators, but sound to every piece of clothing you're wearing, to every prop that you hold in your hand, to every location that you're in, to every truck that has to be parked on a cold, snowy road. I remember, like, that one long road.
Yeah.
So it's a collaborative team, and people show up because they have respect for Emily, and they have obviously a great love for Melanie and the cast.
Very much so. And you make a good point. Sometimes that number one on the call sheet is not the leader that you kind of need them to be. On other shows, and I won't name any names, but I think we've all been there. And
name names.
Let's get dirty. Let's get dirty.
So evil. So evil. Yeah. Can you hear us?
Yes.
We're saying so many nice things about you.
Guys, Patty.
You did so much math when you were gone. You missed the hard part.
Yeah.
Technology is a joke to me.
Listen, Patty was just going to tell us which number ones are total jerks.
Yeah.
No.
I volunteer as tribute. No, because every time I have to do something really important, I was here. Patty can attest to this. I was here 20 minutes ahead to test my mic, to test all this shit. I heard everything you guys said in the panel, in the introductions. And then I show up. And
this is why we have. I honestly feel like this. This is about why Zoom is so hard, though, because we usually have brilliant lighting people, like Megan was talking about, camera people, makeup people, wardrobe. Well, how do pants work? I don't know. I mean,
I don't need to know. There's dresses.
I wouldn't know. I'm not wearing any. Okay.
Exactly. You're good.
Very good. Hey, Melanie, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
I know. So, and now that Melanie joined us, can hear us, I will say this now formally. Thank you all for joining us here today. As always, we here at GalaxyCon are looking forward to the time when the world does get back to normal, or at least as close as it can. I think society is going to have a vaccination scar from all this for a very long time. But the whole thing is that we are looking forward to the day when once again we have the opportunity to host you in our physical stages and get you all back in front of your fans. But in the meantime, we have the GalaxyCon virtual stage. It is so glad to have you all here today. And Melanie, the question on the table right now is, what's just been the best part for you about being Wynonna? Or being a part of Wynonna, I should say.
In one word, no.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
In one word.
It has to start with a vowel. No.
I think it's just being part of all the people that Emily brought together for this show has just been, I love this panel. I was so excited to do this panel. I just love being with the people that this show has brought together, both on screen and off screen. I just, we've made friendships for life, and I'm continuously inspired by all of them. So that's probably it.
Very good. Very good. Oh, by the way, I didn't get a chance to say this. I am a big fan of Bad Blood as well, so I really appreciate it.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, I really like that show. I'm glad to see Kim get a breakout role and that opportunity on that. What a wonderful cast. Absolutely. So, Jean, what was your takeaway from your experience on the show?
Okay, we have an hour.
We have as much time as you want.
Because, no, I really
never kick us off.
I really want to use this opportunity, and it's not because you're there, but it's also because you're there, to tell all of you that the shooting Wynonna with you guys has been one of the best experiences of my life. From day one, arriving in Calgary, everyone, and I really mean this, everyone was so welcoming. I mean, you arrive and, you know, you're a little stressed because you're meeting all these new people, and it's a big part, and it's a big series with lots of followers, and it means a great deal to a lot of people. Everyone was so nice, so kind. Everyone, and the day we met, Melanie, I remember it was awfully cold in the woods. When we met and hugged, I thought, ça y est, c'est parti. There we go. And then the same, I remember one morning, 1 a.m. in some studio in Calgary with you, Megan, waiting to shoot. And we were both tired. And yet I thought, what a privilege to have 20 minutes with this wonderful actress and just be able to share things. And Emily, your emails and your thoughts and your feedback, and let's try this. And this one day shooting with Mike Eklund, and we wrote the scene and we got it like 30 minutes before, and we arrive on the set and there you are, and the electricity in the air is so amazing. There are so many moments like this, and it really was because of you guys. You know, we don't do this alone. We can't do this alone.
Yeah, that's right.
Everyone was absolutely wonderful, and last thing is this wonderful part you wrote. I mean, this bloody Bulshar. It's such a fascinating guy to explore, and so really, thank you so much, all of you.
No, thank you. I'm so happy people are meeting you, Jean, because I think they'll just be even more impressed at what a good actor you are, because you're so unlike Bulshar. You're like the warmest, most lovely.
Oh, really? I thought
gentleman.
we'd be the same. I thought we were
No,
the same.
but I think it just speaks to your
fans will be disappointed.
No, it speaks to your craft that you're like so awful and evil on screen and then so warm. No, it's good. Thank you, guys. Yeah.
It's called acting.
Yes.
It is called acting, yeah.
Yep. Absolutely. So Emily, again, you as the showrunner and creative, you have a very unique perception of the show from the beginning and up to now. What's been your takeaway from this ride that you in a lot of ways helped create?
It's hard to top what these guys have said. It will always be the people who stick with me, just like even like what an honor to have worked with Megan. Such an amazing, like honestly, probably did more to influence me than I can even talk about without crying. Just like such a gift, I think, for her to take a chance and come on this crazy show. And thank you so much. Meeting Mel, meeting John, like all of it. I just, from a writing perspective, I just think like this show is really weird, right? It's really hard to explain to people what it is. Like it is it's hard to explain what it is. It's so many things. So really, I think the gift of just the warmth and the love of what we all put out into the world, that people just fell in love with the show and understood what we were trying to do and have found their own community and family through the show. Like you would never be so arrogant to even dream that as a creator. Do you know what I mean? Like you'd hope it, but just that it's become its own thing that we're here now is a gift I hope I never stop being grateful for. So I'll just say that as well. Thank you.
And as I, on behalf of myself and all our fans in the audience, thank you all. Thank you all for your talents. Thank you for these performances and this writing. And thank you for your professionalism in creating this show, which has been an absolute delight and a wonderful ride to observe.
Gosh, thank you.
Oh, thank you. And I think we are good to go on audience questions. So let's go ahead and roll our first one. And this comes from Earp Sister. Do you have a favorite memorable moment from the set?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Go Mel.
I have so many.
I know
Go
how
Mel.
you choose. It's like between your babies.
Mm-hmm.
The other babies won't be listening.
Okay, great.
That's right.
Yeah, like, well, one of them is Jean. We met. I just remember you came in playing Bulshar. I have this memory now of the cabin when you came in and we met, and you had seen the show and you had just so warmly complimented the show, myself, and it felt very honest because there's a lot of BS in this industry, but you don't have an ounce of it. And you get like moments like that where people just come onto the show and have heard so many, good things, and then they experience what it's like to work on the show. Like people that I really admire and have said like, oh, I like you said, like it's nerve-wracking going on to a new show, and to just all these guest stars coming on and having a good experience and feeling like that was fun. I did good work. That show isn't part of the thing that broke me as a human.
Right.
But I'll try to think of a better answer. But there's so many.
No, it's all good.
I was thinking, your wonderful costume designer, is it still Jen? Jen. And just thinking, when you first come onto a show and you're new and you're being introduced to a world, you don't, you end up spending a lot of time with people that the audience, they never really get to know, because they're, again, like the people behind the scenes, but who are a part of taking these wonderful thoughts and visions that come out of Emily's mind and the writer's mind, and then they have to concretize it. They got to put it into something. And just like, for instance, the Christmas sweaters.
Yes.
Like the fun of her finding stuff and, slipping into things that you would never want to wear as yourself, but something comes on and you go, oh yeah,
I get it.
Or these, great boots that, in my own life, I'd probably, wouldn't walk very graciously in, but you put them on and it's like, oh yeah, mama's going to wear those boots, or there's going to be a little added thing on that, or a shawl goes on and a little added piece of collar just ups the game and introduces you, especially when you're a guest, because when you come on as a guest, it's a different feeling, because you enter a very close-knit world and you are kind of on the outside of it. And sometimes, and in this case, obviously, it becomes a very warm and welcoming, not always the case in our work. But you need those keys, those portals to help you become something. And so I had a lot of fun with her, just like trying it on. So that was one of them. Yeah.
Outstanding. Sean, how about you?
Okay, do we have an hour again?
we are a quality show, so we're good.
I know. And I think it's the effect of confinement on me. Quickly, one memorable forever till I die moment is in this weird house of mine when we had the banquet. And at the end of the banquet, Mel and I had this very confrontational scene, very violent. And I remember going into it and thinking, please, may time stop. Can we just please, just so we can, as if we could do this forever. It was so, and the other thing, there are so many other moments, but the other thing which I'll never forget is what my very last shooting day night, because it was like around 1:30 in the morning, and doing the green screen stuff. And I noticed that Mel and Tim were on the set. I was brought up to take nothing for granted, nothing. Mel and Tim were on the set and waiting for my last scene to be done to say goodbye. This for me meant so much. That's when I realized, I knew that these wonderful, wonderful, gifted partners I had was a huge privilege. But then I thought they've been allies and friends. And so I can never thank you enough. All of you, for, again, this embracing, welcoming, which means a lot. Because yes, sometimes, as you all said, it does not happen.
Yeah.
Doesn't happen.
You're easy to embrace.
Well,
So, Emily,
I'm not sure.
Either one for the set, or maybe in the writers' room, or something like an argument over the index cards.
Yeah, I feel so bad. I feel like I want to go fast, just because I feel like, oh God, it's going so fast. I have so many, but I will never forget. I'll just say one. I'll never forget actually walking into the studio and seeing that they had built shorties. There was something about that was like, oh my God, I wrote it at 4 a.m. and now someone had to do it, and they dressed the whole set. Like, it's just like, what an incredible gift to be able to write all these things and have people do it. So yeah, I just remember that.
That's a good one. That's a very good one. Earp Sista, thank you. Great question to start us off. What do we have next? From Christy, what other fandom do you guys think would be awesome to do a crossover with Earp? And by fandom, meaning like Marvel superheroes, or the New York Yankees, or the Rolling Stones. Fandom can be a pretty broad concept.
Bird watchers of America.
Yeah, it could be anything. What do you think might be a good world, a fictional world to collide with Earp?
Emily Andress, I command you.
Yes. Oh my God, there's so many. Like, I want to say something super crazy, something period. I can't think of anything. Gentleman Jack, I'd say Marvel, just because like maybe we could use their lunch budget and like buy ourselves cars. Like, I just wouldn't say no to that. And I think I think Marvel is doing amazing things. Like, I just think the writing across the board is so incredible. The storytelling, it's so diverse. So just a chance to kind of segue into that world with Wynonna would be like the gifts you could do with this cast, with those kind of resources and that kind of profile. And also, I wouldn't mind seeing Chris Hemsworth someday and just being like, you way to swing that hammer. You're doing great. I bought it.
There you go. For some reason, I wouldn't mind seeing the DC universe, just because I think John Constantine would be an interesting character to run around in the Earp mythos.
How about the Crown?
Yeah, the Crown. I love that.
Wynonna Earp all of a sudden like opened like the door, and all of a sudden they were in like.
She wouldn't open, and she would kick it.
Yeah, demon corgis. Just a bunch of. Yeah, I would love that.
Well, if we're gonna get into royalty, then we gotta have a crossover with Reign, which would be very interesting for Megan.
Oh my God!
Right. Back in the 15th century, that's funny. You got time portal back into another.
And like
get to play
Queen versus Queen. Mom versus tough mama meets tough mama. That's a bar fight I would pay to see.
Oh, that is a bar fight. Captain's trying to poison. Mama's like full on like
just like beer bottle over the head.
It'd be like the World Wrestling. Then the two of them actually come out in a wrestling ring.
I want to write this.
We've done our GalaxyCon live with as your Reign castmates, and they are a lot of fun too. So you guys
see them circling each other, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That'd be fun. That'd absolutely fun. Although WWE might be interesting too. Now you think about it. I can see Stone Cold Steve Austin riding into town on a cycle, something like that.
Sure.
So, Sean, if you could combine another fictional cast universe concept into the show, what would you throw in?
Twin Peaks 2.
Oh, so good.
Good one.
I'm a total David Lynch freak fan. You know, this guy's so brilliant. And even in the stuff that you might think a little questionable, he still is one of the greatest brains and genius. And I think I've seen Mulholland Drive 12 times, and I'm still in awe of that. His genius, and he's such a brilliant man and so unusual. Yeah.
I worked with his daughter. Jen Lynch is also a director.
Really?
She is the most incredible human. She just walks onto set every day, and you'd think she'd be like, she just walks onto set, thanks the crew before you've even started. Wow. Grateful to be there. Like, she's a real artist. So
what'd you work with her on?
Damien. Yeah, she was brilliant.
Wow.
Now I've got Agent Cooper rolling into town saying the bar's over there, but where can I get some pie and coffee?
Yeah, I love that. I love that show.
So Melanie, what would you mash up with the Earp verse?
What? I was deflecting. I deflected.
No longer.
Think of something your kid is watching.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah.
Oh.
You could say one of your own projects. You could say, you could.
Well, Ready or Not would be funny because it's like nobody can handle weapons.
I love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
True, very true. Awesome. Christy, thank you. Very fun question. And let's roll another one. From Styles. If you could have any of the abilities or powers from the show, what would you choose and why? Oh, this is going to be fun.
Be pretty sweet. It would be sweet to like bring people back to life with your hands.
Yeah, that wouldn't suck.
Yeah.
But then you're like at everybody's funeral, like you're just
you'd be very busy.
Do the thing.
do the thing.
Do the thing. I know.
He owes me $20. Do the thing.
Exactly. And then they're insulted if you don't choose to go to the thing. Yeah, it's like too much of a burden, maybe.
That's too much.
Yeah.
Superpower.
I don't think I'd want to have demons inside my head. Yelling at me. So I'd have to pass on that one. That would be exhausting.
God, these days I'd love to be as organized as Waverly. Is that a superpower?
That's great.
Just like, and work ethic. I'd be like, I feel like I'm working through molasses these days. It's funny. We have all the time in the world, but it's a funny time to be writing. So I'm like,
hey, quick question. Sorry.
Yeah. No, please.
No, just because vis-a-vis Jeremy's crotch ability.
Yes.
Does it feel good? Because I'll take that one.
Yeah, I think it feels good.
Like, is it a nice,
like exciting, like a warm feeling? Yeah. I like Jeremy, so I want to think it's good. I think it's intense.
Is it sexy? Is it like?
I don't know. I mean, you could make it sexy for sure, but
all right, I'll take that one.
Fair.
Magic crotch.
So Megan, you don't want demons inside your head, but do you think there might be something you might want to play around with, or just a power in general that you maybe always want?
Just about. I do like the organizational power. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
That would be a good one.
Dude, take the groin one. Every time you get turned on. Every time you're like, I feel something, and then you get turned on.
That's. Have you ever seen that skit that Kristen Wiig did about on SNL about the lady who was very susceptible to orgasms no matter what? If like somebody walked by, so it seems like a great thing to have, but there can be
sounds awful.
There can be too much of a good thing.
I think it's tiring.
So I might go for organizational. I might have to go with Waverly on you on that one.
Organizational versus orgasmic.
Yeah,
I know. It's very fun. Yeah.
That's why she's the writer. Okay.
Orgasm is national.
Sean, bring us home.
Okay. Well, I guess that's why it was hard to do Bulshar. That's the Bulshar in me.
Mm-hmm.
And I've experienced this desire lately quite a few times, is the red, yellow eyes that exterminate on the spot.
Oh,
that'd be good.
So you you just meet people who say some things, I mean, or not wearing their mask, about their mask, and you just want to have those eyes, and then all of a sudden they're not there anymore, So it's not nice, but yes, it's sort of a nice power to have.
Sometimes. A mask, that would be good, just to look and make everybody, all of a sudden people are like, they're masked.
Yeah, that'd be good.
That'd be a good one.
Yeah. I settle for the ability to make the mask go over the nose.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's true. It just goes.
That works more than the people who wear masks at all.
I know. I'm like, it won't protect your chin. Your chin is fine.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Styles, thank you. Great question. What do we have next? From Patricia. Have you done any of your own stunts?
Emily,
all of them. Everything.
Yep.
My own pens, my own paper, my own computer. I'll do it.
Yeah.
Have you ever thrown a script or a draft or anything across the room? Not even at somebody, just
never at somebody, because it's not their fault. Trust me. If I was going to paper cut anyone, it would be myself.
Okay.
I mean, I've thrown a script on the ground, but then I'm Canadian, so I'd probably pick it up and
say sorry.
Say sorry to the script. Exactly. Yeah. Although the sound of a script smacking something is pretty satisfying. It's pretty good, like huzzah.
Yeah.
Final draft done. Here you go.
Exactly.
Where's my voucher?
Exactly. Yeah.
So did anybody else take any, or at least maybe to them it was almost a stunt? Sean, would you?
Yes. In some of the my very last days of shooting with Mel in the woods. Remember Mel, like near the trees. Was I tied to a tree at one point? Anyway, I did some of them, and Paolo was directing, and I said to Paolo, I'll try to do as many as I can. Then we had this wonderful actor stunt guy who was on this set, who would do some of the stunts, and I was looking at him and thinking, oh, come on, Jean, do it, come on, go and do it. But then they had hired him, and then when I saw him doing the stunts, he was such a virtuoso, and I thought, I can't do this, I can't do it. Sometimes I'm wimpish when I have to smack somebody or slug someone, It's a difficult thing, it's an art. It's an art. Mm-hmm. And anyway, so I did some of them, and I was proud coming back to Montreal. I thought, okay, good. You did a few of them, The toughest.
You did great.
I didn't do the toughest.
I did get to jump on the back of somebody in the bar fight.
Oh, yeah.
So that was fun, but it was really like a piggyback. So it was a very gentle.
Look badass, mama.
Yeah. But, that's the thing that's so amazing about stunt performers. It really is a ballet. I mean, it's tricky and potentially very dangerous. It doesn't take much to be 1 inch too close to somebody and faking a punch. And that's the stuff you don't want to have happen. So I always also tip my hat big time to stunt performers, because I don't know how they do some of that stuff. Like also being on shows where there's horses and people are falling off horses, or Jesus. I mean, that's not for the faint of heart.
No.
No. Not at all. Melanie, any action moments? And your character certainly had plenty.
Yeah, exactly. I've been very lucky in this stunt performer department to have some incredible doubles. So, but
Mel is incredible. You're incredible. I will just say you do tons of your own stuff, and you're so strong and so capable, and you work so hard.
Thank you.
You do a ton of your own work.
I do try to, I try to do it. And then it's like, you can always, a lot of times too, like the fights, for example, we both do it. So they'll do a pass, and then and hopefully, it's just a lot of times there's just not enough time for rehearsal. So I'd love to do some of it. And then it's like, well, it's either rehearse or sleep, which I don't get enough of on a regular basis. So, but yeah, great stunt performers in Calgary too.
And there's an odd misconception that had people from Hollywood movies. So bring in the stunt person, the whatever too. And there's an overlap.
There's an overlap.
There's definitely an overlap between the actor and the stunt performer. And do it at the same time. And everybody's always I can do this. So I don't think I could do that again.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I know, but even from a producer standpoint, it's so awful to say, but it's their job to keep your precious cast safe, right? Sometimes it is really dangerous, and these guys work. I cannot tell you how hard actors work. I think people don't understand that they work 18-hour days, and then they have to learn all their lines, and then they look like this. They have to work at that sometimes. I just think so. It's not always a bad thing to rely on the stunt people. That's their job, and they really want to make sure that everything goes smooth and that they make everyone look great. So
there's a reason why everybody on a set is there.
Yes.
There's a reason why, you know, from everything from gaffing, lighting, there's a reason, because they're good at it, they're needed, and they're a part of the collaboration.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, absolutely. And Patricia, thank you. A very fun question. I think we have time for one more, so let's see if we can roll out on a really fun one. And this has come from Lish.
Ooh.
What is your favorite song at the moment?
God.
I'm so uncool. I'm so uncool. I hate this question.
Hang on. I'm finding mine.
Oh, no.
I like Lil Nas X.
He's amazing. He's amazing.
Video. It just makes everyone so mad, so it makes me happy.
What is my song called? What is it called?
Wheels on the Bus.
Fair enough.
I'm finding it. Lips, hair. Fuck.
Oh, yeah. Lips, hair, ass, thighs.
Yeah.
Something. I like guys.
So
good.
good.
Like that. Yeah.
Something close, though.
I'm so uncool, if you didn't know before. I'm like looking at the last things I downloaded, literally, guys. The last two things I downloaded were theme song for Captain America, Avengers, and Out of Touch by Hall & Oates. Those are the last two songs I downloaded.
Now, the theme
I'm not going to apologize.
The theme song for Captain America, are we talking the orchestral theme, or are we talking the old cartoon theme? When Captain America throws his mighty shield?
Yeah, I wish. No, the orchestral theme.
I figured it out.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to jump on that. Any excuse to sing that song, I will take on.
Of course, please. Don't let us stop you. Just sing it.
Megan's still diving into her phone trying to find something.
I am, because I heard something. It was so interesting, but I have to find it now because I too am.
No problem. Jean, you got a favorite song, man?
Yeah, well, that's probably the old fart talking in me. I watched this wonderful Spanish movie called Cría Cuervos of Carlos Sora, which was shot
write that down.
in the 70s. And there's this song that the young girl listens to on her little record player called Por qué te vas, which was recorded by this singer called Jeannette. And it's available on YouTube. And the song is one of the most haunting songs. So just by watching the movie, I listened to the songs, this song, I think, that like incessantly for about half an hour. It just stays with you. And the words are also mean a great deal to me. So, Por qué te vas.
Nice.
Nice answer. Thank God you're on the panel.
Yeah.
I
know. He's answering that one.
Good alone.
Megan, did you find the one you're looking for?
No, I didn't. So move on to somebody else.
Well, what's a favorite song in general then? That's why you're your newest one. What's a song you never get tired of?
What's a song I never get tired? Well, I'm a good Canadian girl. I always like "Wondering Where the Lions Are" by Bruce Cockburn.
There you go.
It's a great song.
A classic.
Great song.
The sort of uplifting and yet keeping your eyes open.
We're listening to stuff at the office, and somebody put in a best of Beatles, and I realized I haven't listened to the Beatles in about a year or so, and Beatles been back in my head lately. Of course, they should never have left.
Stevie Wonder is a classic. The songs in the Key of Life for that album. Some of those are just like classic.
Yeah.
And Hello with Adele. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's so good.
Oh, yeah.
It's so good.
Forever.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Lish, thank you. That was a wonderful question. And gentlemen and ladies, this has been an absolute delight. Any final words for our audience before we go?
Yeah. Stay safe, everybody. Stay safe.
Love you guys. Thank you for
crazy times. Be well, be kind to each other. It's going to kind of get a little crazier before it gets better, I think. So we just have to really take care of each other and know we're going to get on the other side of everything. So it's really important to be kind to ourselves and to each other and take care.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Thank you for loving us. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for watching.
It has been my absolute pleasure to serve you all today. Once again, thank you for joining us on the GalaxyCon virtual stage. Thank you to our audience for joining us today. And thank you for all your great questions. Hope to see you all again soon. Until then, bye-bye, everyone. Take care. And please keep washing those hands.
Yeah, that's right.